this is a regular pig, and this is the TommyInnit pig. If you haven't already guessed, I made every single mob in Minecraft TommyInnit. And as always, some of these textures were, let's just say, a bit strange. But before we jump into that, these videos obviously take a long time to make, so if you were to subscribe, that would be really cool. We've obviously been blowing up recently, so if you want to join this crazy YouTube journey, then all you have to do is subscribe. With that being said though, enjoy this video. So one thing that Tommy is very well known for is for being quite tall. So I think it's very fitting that we start off with the Enderman. Now the thing is, this was a very weird mob to retexture because the texture of the legs are exactly the same as the texture on the arms. So that's kind of why he looks like he's in pajamas or something, and I couldn't give him trousers like I could for some of the other mobs. But yeah, in general, I think he looks like what you would expect if you put Tommy on an Enderman. Just make sure to not piss it off. Now in the intro, I said to you that some of these textures were cursed, and the Panda is definitely the first one in this texture pack. I mean, look at it. It's so like chubby and fat, and honestly, I think it looks quite cute. Also, you know how the ears are like full-on squares basically? I personally think that it kind of looks like Mickey Mouse. I mean, look at this comparison, the Panda and Mickey Mouse. Also, I like how, because the Panda is like very big, the legs look really tiny, which again makes it look very cute, and all around pretty pog champ. Villagers are an integral part of Minecraft, and they need to be protected, so I introduce the Tommy Golem. I mean, look at him. He is ready to protect his village. He just looks really buff, which obviously is a good thing if you're going to be protecting a lot of people, especially people like this. And honestly, I feel like Tommy's skin really fits how the Iron Golem looks, and I mean, to be honest, that's probably just because all an Iron Golem is just a buff version of a human, so that's why it kind of doesn't look weird when it's a human. And he even has these epic Yeezys. Sheesh! One of the most cursed mobs in regular Minecraft without any texture pack is a squid. It kind of just looks dumb. I mean, look at it. But somehow, I managed to make it look even dumber. Now, most people, when they first see a squid, they get really scared because obviously the big mouth and unnecessary big model. But honestly, this makes it worse. As you can see, the tentacles are made out of TommyInnit's hands. His eyes are tiny, and he also has his like tool head that you also see in villagers. But yeah, this is definitely the most cursed texture in this video so far. By far, one of the coolest mobs in Minecraft is a Ravager. So here is Tommy as a Ravager. As you can see, I made his mouth just look very weird, at least compared to the normal one, since you can't really tell that it's a mouth anymore. But as you can see, I did keep the saddle just so that maybe if you're using this texture pack and there's a raid going on, it wouldn't look completely weird. Now this is an example of a mob that I could put both the arms and the trousers on, which as I explained I couldn't do with the Enderman, and yeah, I think it just makes it look cooler and kind of more complete. I also like this one because it's one of the bigger mobs and kind of one of the more significant mobs. But just to conclude this, I just think it looks really cool. Now at this point in the video, we've seen some very cursed and disturbing mobs, so let's just look at the cute ones for the next few mobs, and let's start that off with a fox. In my opinion, every fox texture that I've done so far is just really cute, and I think one of the reasons why is the tail. I mean, you can't think of an animal that has a tail that's not cute. I mean, maybe you can, but I also like how the ears are part of his hair. It kind of adds more 3D to the fox. But the thing is, the eyes, as you can see on his texture, are very close together, at least compared to TommyInnit's normal skin. And the reason why is because obviously I had to fit it on the actual model. So yeah, it looks a bit weird, but honestly still looks quite cute. The second cute mob is this bee. Obviously Tubbo and Tommy are very close friends, so it makes a lot of sense that Tommy is now a bee. As you can see, they can get quite mad when you punch them, and again with this one, their face is kind of squished, which honestly, now that I think about it, kind of makes them cuter, because obviously small things are cute. And yeah, this is probably one of my favorite textures in the pack. Now this next mob isn't exactly cute. In fact, it's probably the most annoying mob that you can come across in Minecraft, and that is the creeper. Obviously the creeper is the most iconic Minecraft mob there is. I mean, it's literally on the Minecraft logo, so I think it's pretty cool to see Tommy as a creeper. As you can see though, creepers don't have hands. They have legs, but they don't have hands. So I had to improvise, and this is what I did. It looks a bit weird, but I guess it works. But yeah, in general, it's kind of just what you would expect. Nothing too special. Obviously, I just wanted to include include it because a creeper is very iconic in the Minecraft community, and you probably want to keep your distance away from them, you know, social distancing, and yeah, they're pretty cool. Horses, you know, they're quite useful for transport in Minecraft, and generally, they're gonna be one of your friends in your Minecraft world. Well, with this texture pack, you might want to stay away from them. I mean, first off, look at this massive nose. Because of this massive nose, I literally had to put Tommy's eyes on the sides of the head, which is obviously how the normal horses have it as well. I do really like the tail, especially as it kind of matches with the hair on the back of its head, or his neck, I guess you can say. And yeah, as any other Minecraft horse, you can now ride it, and it's pretty awesome. So yeah, on to the next one. You guys really liked the Wilbur Phantom from last video, so I think you're gonna like the TommyInnit Phantom too. First of all, let's address the elephant in the room, and look at his tiny face. It's so thin, and I don't know how to feel about it. It was really annoying to texture because, I mean, look at it. The face doesn't really look that good in my opinion, but I mean, that's not my fault. I blame Mojang. But yeah, anyway, I really like the wings because they are very bright, I guess you can say, especially with the red and the white. But yeah, coming back to the face, I feel like the eyebrows look kind of weird. I don't know if I changed the color of them. Maybe that's why they look weird, or maybe just the fact that there's no hair on the front of his face. But I don't know, I just think the eyebrows look a bit strange. So the Phantom was pretty cool, but this next one is, in my opinion, the best thing in this texture pack so far. And this is because when I said every single mob in Minecraft, I meant it. And I made this parrot, which honestly, I'm quite proud of. Now, it might not seem like much because obviously it's quite small, but it was really hard to texture because it's small, if that makes any sense. Like, I had to fit his eyes on, his hair, his body, everything was just really hard to texture. And this is why I'm quite proud of it. Obviously, the hair looks pretty nice. Also, the wings, you know, they look like TommyInnit's arms, and in my opinion, look pretty cool. And lastly, the black beak, in my opinion, looks really cool. Now, I know that it's not part of TommyInnit's skin to have a black beak, but when you put it onto a parrot, it just looks really good. I don't know if I'm overhyping this or something, but I'm just really proud of it. And yeah, everything about it is just really cool. It's one of the textures that actually turned out well rather than looking like this, or should I say looking like this, the llama. Let's just say I made him look a bit different. Obviously, the first thing you'll notice is his massive neck. I don't know, I just think it looks very weird, but I mean, IRL llamas also have a big neck, so it makes sense. Also, the wide face makes it even more cursed, and the massive square nose, which while it's not as bad as the horse one, it's still pretty bad. But I will say, the one thing that I do like about it is the same thing with the fox, which is how I made the hair part of his ears, because obviously Tommy doesn't really have ears on his Minecraft skin, but sadly the legs had to be the same, so I couldn't make the trousers on the llama, which would have looked quite cool, but yeah, it is what it is. Now, in Jack Manifold's vlog, when they went fishing, TommyInnit did this.
Bad for the environment? Well, guess who doesn't even care?
Now, this is unacceptable. Come on, Tommy, think of the turtles. Speaking of turtles, I mainly wanted to show this texture because of how I made the arms look. Now, I will say it was very weird to texture, and as you can see, I kind of just gave up on the end, at least with the sides, because it kept like changing and it was really weird, so I just gave up. But the weird thing about this one is that it kind of looks in between cursed and cute. I mean, look at his face. Like, is that cursed or cute? Let me know in the comments. Anyway, this is also how the baby turtles look, because obviously Tommy's a child. But yeah, as I said before, I did not have a very nice time texturing this one, but I do think it looks pretty good if you ignore the sides. And yeah, pretty PogChamp. Now, the last time I made a wolf on this channel, this is what I made, and I wish I could say I improved, but I just didn't. So as you probably know, you can tame a wolf and it will become your friend, which just adds to the Minecraft experience. I mean, you have Sven, you have Barnaby, and now you have Tommy. You know, what else do you want? And yeah, as I said before many times, I really like how the ears turned out, same with the legs and the tail. A mob that is often forgotten when you ask people to list all the Minecraft mobs in Minecraft is the Elder Guardian. Now, the weird thing is, it's technically one of the bosses within Minecraft, but they don't really get enough attention. So let's give it some. I mean, look at it, it's literally a moving box. Oh, so that's why no one cares about them. Anyway, I like how the big eyes look. As I said before, big mobs in Minecraft just look cooler, and just like on the squid, the tentacles or the spikes. I don't really know what they are, but they're Tommy's hands. Also, it's mostly yellow, totally not because I was just lazy and it was a very complicated mob to texture. So okay, we've seen all these crazy textures, but before we see the Ender Dragon, let's just look at something a bit more chill. And the reason why I wanted to include this one is because it looks a bit weird. I mean, it looks good, but it just looks a bit weird. I mean, take a look. Obviously, the reason why it's so thin is because the skeleton is just a different model to both the regular Minecraft player model and like zombies and stuff like that. And obviously, normally the texture is transparent because it's supposed to be bones because, you know, it's a skeleton. It's one of the simple ones, but it kind of just adds to the texture pack, especially when it comes to the nighttime. Okay, it's that time of video now that you have been waiting for. I am about to show you TommyInnit as the Ender Dragon, and this is what it looks like. As you can see, it looks a bit weird because it doesn't have a nose. It has very similar wings to the ones that I used on the Phantoms, and look, he even has trousers. And yeah, this Ender Dragon took me quite a long time to make, so I hope you enjoyed it. Okay, before you go, just make sure you're subscribed. Also, like the video, comment what you think, and okay, now you can go.